And we are back, traders. We are back. Good afternoon. It's good to be with you here for our 12 or at least our midday report. And we want to get started. Tanya, Jules, I see you. AV, I see you there. Brett, I see you. Good morning. Good afternoon. Before we do get started, just a disclaimer here for everyone that's joining for the very first time. Obviously, we have new guys or new students that will be coming in. Remember, guys, the information we discuss in the video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. All right, well, family, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to push forward for our 12 o'clock session. Chichi, I see you there as well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, so we're going to kick it off as we always do. Let's start off with what is driving the market right now. We know that the oil price has been pushing. We know that the inflation concerns is there. And guys, I mean, if you look at the last 2 hours, what price has done, it has actually gone to our first area at $85 a barrel. Look at that. Look at that. What I want us to really push here is to understand the distance, the accuracy, and obviously the direction that our charts are in at the moment. All right. If I need to get out of certain trades, I'll get out of those trades and I'll wait. All right. But it's important that we understand that. All right. I see Tato's there. Good afternoon. King, good to see you there. Monkeys are, I see you there. Guys, let's go. Let's push forward. It's good to see everybody. All right. So we are up. We have pushed up to $85 a barrel. That is fantastic. The direction is right. You can see part of that gap now has been filled here. We still have some, more to push up to the upside. Right now on the lower or the shorter time frames, price is correcting right now. At this point in time, price is correcting. At this point, you can see that it's already created a higher low here, but the higher low is not filtered onto the M6. It's not filtered onto the M10, neither on the M12, 15, 20, 30 minute. It's not filtered in. It's only from the 5 down. It's filtered in. All right. So we're waiting for that same higher low to create the zigzag here, the red one. All right, or at least the red impulse or correction. In this case, it's a pullback because price has gone up. So we're waiting for that pullback over here, and what we desire is for it to filter through all the way from the M5 all the way to the M30. All right. So that's the oil price right now. All right. That's the oil price right now. Now, with the oil price going up, we saw that gold also came down and it's now revisited that zone. All right. So it's standing still right now. We're going to wait and see. Remember, I have the 4-hour continuation. If the hourly frame breaks below this level here, we switch to 4 hours and we start to look for shorts to the lower levels. All right, but not yet. We're still at a support level. There's nothing here that is giving us any indication right now that we're going to go down. So we're going to wait for it. So the oil price right now, pullback, must filter through. It's not filtered through yet. I'm expecting it to go a little bit deeper, or just a little bit deeper. Shira, I see you there. Good afternoon. Then let's go to Euro USD, guys. This guy has not moved an inch. It's literally been at the same place the entire time. All right. Now, what's important for us here, guys, to understand from a calendar perspective, I'm just getting the impact right here quickly. Today is Tuesday. We got the JOLTS at 4 p.m. So those JOLT openings, guys, we will be looking to see if there's any movement before the time. What's going to be great for us, though, in this specific case, all right, if there's any movement that comes before the actual release, that would be wonderful for us, all right? So if you look at the JOLTS and what that means, JOLTS, all right, JOLTS, it stands for Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. It's also released monthly by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It basically, in very simple terms, it measures the labor demand, all right? So we have the NFP, that's also monthly, all right? That report tells us how many people got jobs. But the JOLTS, all right, report measures the demand. So there's 4 components to the JOLT, all right, or the JOLTS survey. All right, the first one is the job openings. This is unfilled positions. So here we have a lot of employers that are obviously actively recruiting. That's the first component of the JOLTS report. The second is the hires, the actual new placements that's made during the month. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up here, because we could see some action with the Euro USD at 4 p.m. when it comes to the JOLT report. The third component of that report is the quits or the resignations. People usually quit when they're confident they can land a better job elsewhere. So, the resignations is also in there. And then lastly, the layoffs or the discharges, basically involuntary job losses. And the reason why the markets care about this report, it's a high impact report. They care because high opening signals a tight labor market. Employers must, raise the wages to keep the talent or the skill, which feeds the wage inflation. And central banks often view this as a trigger, all right, to keep those interest rates higher for longer. So that's the reason why it's going to be so important here for us to see what the result is, because we have the hike coming in September, and this report will help us understand that component. So there might be some action here coming. We could be dropping here. It's now consolidating. To everybody, you must know that when any asset consolidates like that, the breakout is imminent. At this point in time, we're anticipating the breakout of this consolidation to continue to the downside because of the divergence here on top. So that's what the anticipation is. The exit strategy is, if there's any H1 time frame that closes above this area here, then obviously we will not look to engage in this one further. Everybody clear there, guys? I think that's pretty simple to understand. All right, and the same with the GBP USD. We've also now pushed up just a little bit over here now, guys, back to the entry places or entry zone. A bit of a pullback there from the last impulse. You can see it from this area down. We have a pullback, and obviously these highs are also exactly the same, guys. And then the same NZD USD here, guys. Same things happening here. So it looks like GBP USD and NZD USD look similar. So this entire area should really give us some good indication. So I'm actually looking forward to the survey. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what will transpire. That's both before the JOLT, which is the US Open at 15:30. It's going to be interesting to see 15:30. if there's any volatility. And then it's going to be interesting to see at 4 p.m. Obviously, that's going to be the main part of our session this afternoon. It's going to be between 3 and 4. It's going to be the main part of our session because it has so much potential there. All right, so I'm very excited to see what's cracking. Okay, then let's put that aside quickly here. Let's move on to the yen pairs now. Let's go and see what's happening here. So you can see that we've still been pushing up here. There has been a little bit of divergence that has come, but price has continued. USD JPY, I actually got in here again after price. I just got in a little bit late. I was actually supposed to get in a little bit earlier on, but I got a little bit later. And I'm still seeing the upside. However, this here, once again, it looks like price could first drop, guys. It just has the structural image to it right now. Price goes up, drops, up, drop, up. And so I'm seeing this one. If it had to do that, that's a different story altogether. See, that's what I don't want. This is what I don't want. If it, is above this green line here, that's still okay. That's manageable. We can deal with that. So let's watch the USD JPY very carefully. If it does this, all right, that's what we don't want. We want it above. So let it create the higher low. Is everybody tracking there, guys? Let's quickly make sure everybody's tracking with me. Remember, if it pushes down below here, it's not broken through this areas over here. That's the remaining support that has kept all of this up. So if price breaks through there, it's breaking through all of that support. All right. So let's see USD JPY. I'm in there again. CAD JPY, I also got in here, guys, and you can see price has advanced again. But let's see. Like I said to you this morning, I said to you, it seems like there could be a correction. Now, with that oil price coming down, that's when the correction could come. And then later on, we possibly push up again. So I'm not clear of, when I say clear, I've not decided, I've not concluded at this point in time that there's no correction. I still have that side in here, all right, that there is a possible correction coming here. And I think that's a very important point. A very important point right here to go down. And then if it obviously goes to this area, that's where I would like to put some more. I don't want it to break this zone here. I do not want it to break the zone. I would like price to stay within this area here. That's going to be important for me here. All right, that's going to be important. So the moment price comes down, I'm okay. If it comes into this orange area over here, that's fine. All right, I just don't want it to break past this low here. That's going to be very, very dangerous. Then the GBP yen, guys, I actually got into the GBP yen as well. Very nice buy over here, right here. I'm in, and price has already advanced about 18 pips from my entry. But again, I'm seeing it. I keep seeing this thing here. Possible push to the downside. Look at that. All of them have the same thing. Even although we are correcting, there's obviously the fluctuation inside. So I see that happening there as well. All right. And then we have NZD JPY. You guys already know I did not get out of this one. I mentioned that early this morning. I stayed in, and price has expanded even more now after we met at 9:30. So the midday report, remember, we are waiting for the JOLTS openings right now. At this point in time, the midday report, to be frank with you guys, Jules, Brett, I did not expect any crazy movements with the midday report. All right. I genuinely did not expect any craziness because I know that the JOLTS opening is coming at 4 p.m. So, that's where there may be more participation than what there is at this point in time. All right. Then we have the AUD JPY. This one has been acting outside of the other yen pairs. This one has extended even more than the others. It came down further and then even expanded more there. Now, if you look at the others on the 1 hour, look where this one came. If you look at the 1 hour over here, This one did push down, but not as much as the AUD JPY. The GBP yen, look at the GBP yen, did not push down as much. Look at that. The CAD JPY 1 hour definitely did not push down like that. USD JPY 1 hour definitely didn't push down like that. So the AUD JPY is the only one at this point. Let's look at the CHF JPY if that happened as well. 1 hour also did not push down like the AUD. So the AUD JPY is pushed down considerably compared to the others over there. All right. You tracking the US? Yes, we're going to get to those ones now as well. All right. So guys, at this point in time, I'll reiterate that, or I'll just place more emphasis on it. I genuinely did not expect any crazy movements at 12. I'm expecting movements between the 3 o'clock session and the 6 o'clock session. Okay. So let's now go to the NAS 100, and we can see the NAS is definitely reacting at that area. You can see it. It has not broken down below 28,000 yet. So I am not engaging in the NAS. In fact, the NAS between the three here for me failed to give any follow through last week. So we're going to see if it gives follow through this week. Because after all of the drama last week, price now, unfortunately, had to wait another couple of days for it to push, all right? So here I'm waiting patiently for 28,000. I'm not engaging in anything that is not below that area. The same with S&P. You can see here, guys, we are still above that area. Yes, price has come down a little bit here, but not enough, all right? 7607.35 is the zone that I'm looking for over there, all right? Then obviously we have the US 30. This one looks far more progressive than that of the S&P and the NAS. All right, it looks far more progressive than that of the S&P and the Nasdaq 100. It's moving closer to the 53,000. Hopefully, if it can in this session, whilst we're busy here now, anytime between now and 12:30, if it can come in, it will be fantastic. All right. And then let's look at the USD CAD here as well, guys, because the USD CAD and the USD Swiss Frank. We know now for a fact that the USD JPY has been bullish. Let's see if the USD CAD has something similar, all right? So remember, what are we working with here? We're not working with this zone here because it's already a pullback, all right? And what price has already done is it has already given us an area here and an area here, and so there's some bullish momentum here. Now all of this bullish momentum is coming from that area there, all right? So which means this is actually an impulse and this is actually a pullback. It just doesn't look like that because it's on the hour, but watch when I switch to a higher time frame. Look, exactly. Do you see that? So there could be some more upside here, guys. So we are dealing with this pullback over here. You can even go higher. There we go. You can literally go higher. So if I do this, we can go higher. So we are actually working with this pullback here. Hold on. This impulse, and we're working with this pullback over here. All right. So what price has done now, it's been rejecting at the zone. Like this blue right there. Lots of divergence here. We've touched the 50. We're now looking for the 100. There. We're now looking for the 100. All right. Hold on. There we go. So do you see that there, right there? Rejection, anticipating price to push to the upside. We have already pushed above the 1.40. This is already very bullish, by the way. This is very bullish. Just so you do know, for all the guys that are into the CAD, USD CAD, 140.453. And anticipating it to go to 141. Right there, right there. See, I see you there. All right, Intel, see you there. All right, so that's the USD CAD, guys. All right, USD CAD is already bullish. We're already bullish over here. Lots of divergence to the upside. Literally, look at this. Really bullish over here. All right. Then let's go to the USD Swiss Franc now. And let's see if the same thing exists over there. Remember, we got that impulse over there. We're working with this impulse here. All right, we're working with this impulse. So if you go to the hourlies, it's the same thing. Hold on. Do you see this? That impulse? So we're still moving up. We've not finished. Okay, so that's the impulse. Let's go. Let's give it a chance to load. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Yep. All right, so it's making sense to me. I just need, we already, guys, we are already bullish over here. Just give me a sec. Yeah, we're already bullish here, guys. Just trying to find a spot. Just give me a second, you guys. I'm just trying to find a spot here. All right, I'm not seeing a spot here. This one's a little bit trickier. Oh, give me a sec. It's not on the 6 hours, it's not on the 4. So what I'm noticing about the USD Swiss franc, guys, it's consolidating. This one's really consolidating. In actual fact, this one is it's already reached the 50. There's the 82. Yeah, guys, we've already, this is not something that I'm gonna be looking for in actual fact, guys, I'm not liking this at all, to be honest with you guys. USD Swiss Franc, I'm not liking this one at all. Hold on for me. Hold on for me. I'm gonna get it now. Yeah, this is more of a higher time frame. There's nothing intraday here. Okay, I got it. 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 I got it, guys. This is higher time frames, guys. This is a swing. There's no intraday here right now. All right. This market has already given us an impulse. The shorter time frames has already given us the pullback. If you go to the 6 hour, there you see it there. Boom. You go to the 8 hour, there's so the pullback has already come. All right. So I'm seeing upside here with the USD Swiss Franc. I'm seeing upside here. This one has been bullish. So 0.84 is what I'm seeing here. 0.84 is what I'm seeing over here. All right. It's already bullish. Let me just place it here. It's a swing. This is a swing. It's not, there's no intraday or scalping here. It's too choppy for that. It's moving, you know, from a sideways perspective. It's too much. Look at this. It's too much. So this one is a swing. From this area, swinging it to 84731. That's the USD Swiss Franc. All right. Then we have Euro NZD is now reaching that area I spoke about. It's reaching that zone that we are speaking about. Remember, that's the impulse. This is the pullback. So the pullback has 1, 2. It's going for its third low here. 1, 2, 3. 3 lows in the pullback. So that's good. It's what I'm really happy about when it comes to this one here is the fact that that low, this low, and that low is all three of them is inside here, which is still inside of that impulse. And it's not expanded. So the low is not there and then there and then there. It's not expanded. It's all contracted. It's all contracted, which is fantastic. And if you look at it on a fib level, it's all going to the 61. So I want you to pay attention to that, guys, because many times we will wonder when a pullback happens. Okay, this is how you can spot where the price could still continue to the upside. It is when the pullback has more than 2 lows inside of it and it reaches that 61 area. But if you see price pushing 1 down, 2, then you know it's much harder for the buyers to try and get it up. But if 3 lows exist within this frame here, that's a very important frame. All right, let me actually just place a rectangle there so you know. See this frame here, that frame. There's 3 lows inside of that frame. So the challenge here is that for many guys, they will say they don't know when the price is going to shoot up again. If price has 3 lows inside of the frame, all right, that's great for a buy, obviously. But if it's 1 outside, 2 outside, or if it's 1 inside, 2, 3, there's an expansion. It's more difficult for buyers to regain ground. Right now, we are still in the frame. So I'm leaving it just like that. I'm leaving it just like that, all right? GBP AUD, like I said, I'm swinging this one. It's advancing to the downside now, guys. Look at that. I'm swinging this from 1.91. Let me place it there. I'm swinging it. The thing with swing trading is great because you can just get in at any time. As long as provided it's beneath your zones. Like this one is beneath my zone. So I can get in for another sell here if I really wanted to. All right. I'm already in. It's already doing well. So I don't need to get in any more now, but that's what I'm expecting this one to do. The same here. I'm expecting it's 1.2287. All right. So let's quickly go see. It's 12:30 now. Good time. It's a good time. Oil price. Remember I said, let's look at how many lows has been created. All right. Let's look at how many lows has been created. The oil price. So here's the frame. There's the frame. So from the top, not this here. Let me do this. All right. So from the top down, okay, and you can even do it like this, guys. You can even do it like that. All right. So from the top, we have 1, 2 lows already. You see that inside 1, 2. Many lows inside. Now that's the 1. That's the 1 minute. If you go to the 5 minutes, there's 1 low. All right. Once you go above the 6 minute, there's no low. So there's 1 low so far inside of this frame. Now, if price were to do this, low 1 goes up and then second low. Do you see how problematic that is? If it breaks like this, comes down sharply and breaks below this area, then we know then this price might first be going down. So right now we're still in the clear. Is everybody with me there, guys? I think that makes perfect. I think that's simplified. Quickly in the chat facility, let me know if that's clear, if everybody's tracking with me here, guys. At this point in time, the corrections or the pullbacks are still okay. They are still fine. They are still fine, all right? Euro USD still fine. GBP USD fine. NZD USD still fine. Euro JPY, man, look at this. Look at this pullback here. So if I do this, you guys see that? So guys, you can go and do this with all of your, from the top. From the top, let's see. So we're anticipating, let it perform how it wants to perform. As long as it's inside here, it should not break this area. All right. Same with USD JPY, guys. I'm not going to do it there. CAD JPY. The same with GBP yen. They all look, yeah, my speculation was correct, guys. There's nothing crazy happening at this point in time. If I look at this, let's see how many lows this one created. See that expansion there? See that? See the expansion? That expansion broke through, almost hitting, it's already by the 50. This blocks some measures from the top to the 61 on the fib. Look where the first low occurred. Do you guys see that? Brett, do you see that? The first low occurred 5 minute frame below. That's why impulses and pullbacks are so important, guys. First low, so anticipate movement to the upside, but now the next low can be downward. See, that's the challenge. But again, if the gold price goes down, that's good for us, because it means the pound dollar can go down, the euro can go, the NZD can go. That means the USD JPY can go up. That means the NAS 100 can come down. Are we together? That means the S&P can come. It means the US30 can also come down. I think that's a very important point here. I mean, even if you look at it like this, watch. impulse. Look where's our TP. Brett, do you see that? That's the area right there. So let's see. One low so far. This is just drama, guys. This is drama. That's putting a lot of buyers into display right now. You know how many buyers are coming in here now? You know how many buyers are coming in? Do you know where they're actually placing? And this is no different from last week. Putting stop losses here, stop losses here. All right. So right now, this is the entire, from the top to the bottom, 61. All right. So far, we've created 5-minute frame. Let's zoom out. Hold on. We've created one low. One low. So that one low, now we have a break. This could be a false breakup. So here we have a low. A high, sorry. Lots of buyers now. It's 12:36. Lots of buyers are coming in now. All right. Look at that. Lots of divergence, and we're getting a lot of buyers. Now, look at this. Price pushes up there, but here it's still to the downside. See? Divergence there. Look. Look. You know how many buyers are coming in here now? They're all putting their stop losses here. 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 Some are even putting it here. All right. Okay. So Liam, let's take out some of the wording there. This way you are trading. So this is not a strategy. All right. This is market structure. Firstly, okay, dealing with market structure. The conditions for entry. All right. Let's quickly deal with that. So there's a second thing. The conditions for entry. There is no requirement, okay, for a person to have a single item line to say, I'm going to enter here when it comes to market structure. Because market structure does one thing. It creates momentum up or it creates momentum down, okay? Market structure is up, market structure is down. Inside of that momentum, there are pauses. That's the pauses, the higher lows. All right. Inside of it, there are also pauses over here. Do you see that? Comes down lows, it creates lower highs. Are you with me there? So if you understand that it's about market structure, you will trade according to the structure. Some guys are going to get in here. Other guys are going to get in there. Other guys want to get in here. There's no specific best entry point. When it comes to market structure, you firstly need to know, okay, the momentum is going to the upside. You need to look at what informed you of that. What informed you that the market is pushing to the upside? It's impulses. So if price came down here like this, all right, the market structure came down. At some point here, there was a break. This break here was the break from the downward momentum. It's now shifting upward. Once you see the break happen there, you can get in here. You can get in there. You can get in there. As long as there is an adequate distance for you to make some cash and there's a risk and reward to it. Are we together? All right. What I mean is that when do you pull the trigger? I'm asking, do you have a set? So again, you're asking the same question there. There's no set of rules. There's no set of rules. It all depends on where is that specific structure now. If I find that the structure has moved up 1, 2, 3, it's already gone up 3 levels here, and price is going to stop over there, all right? But let's just say it looks like this. It's even shorter. So from there, I missed it. I come in, I find 1, 2, 3. Now to the mind that's not trained on market structure, they're going to say, oh, wow, this is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. So what they're going to do is they're going to get in right here. And then guess what happens? Because they don't understand when structure moves, when it moves from upward momentum to downward momentum, they're going to buy here, but then it's the end of the structure. Are you with me there? All right. Yeah. See, guys, I think what I'm trying to get you guys to move away from is mainstream language. All right. Guys, I want you to really hear me out here. I understand the confluences, the set of rules, but the reason why I'm explaining it like this, I want your mind to get away from the mainstream language. That's what's confusing people. You can ask any of the guys on here that's been tracking with me for a couple of months now. All right. The moment we start to speak about mainstream language, confluences, set of rules, that's why people are not consistent. Because everybody's getting into that box, that category of thinking. Leave all of that. At TD Academy, we don't speak like that necessarily. We can explain it, all right? All right? But I want you to listen and be patient. All right. All right? Just be patient. Let's start off first. Structure to the downside. At some point, price breaks the momentum. This is what the classes are for. All right. That's what the classes are for. So please, if Liam, you may be new, so if you can please get onto our Academy website, our Zoom sessions will detail all of that down. Right now, it's going into teaching mode. We're not going to teach on the live stream, okay, as a trading room. We teach in our Zoom mentorship classes. But I'll at least give you this. So as price comes down, there's criteria that happens, all right, that you need to look out for. The criteria is every bearish momentum movement to the downside, all right, excuse the plain word there, has between 3 and 5 pit stops, all right. Once they've occurred, you have a support that builds up at the bottom. That support over there must get broken for the bullish momentum to start. Now, what happens here is that those pit stops, they are measured by lows and lower lows, right? So lows and lower lows. When it swings from bearish to bullish, because that was your last question there, all right? Leave the time frames. All right, leave the time frames. All right? When price swings from bearish to bullish, all right, it is when the first extension starts to eat into the last one or the last two. That's when you know it's broken through a proper resistance. If price, like this, that's the reason why I placed that to this one here. But let's just say that's what happened. Look how well below that one is compared to these two here. But when price is like that, it's telling you that this impulse has broken through these areas here. Low, low, notice low, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low. So the moment price is broken through the technical aspect of lows and lows and lower lows, you know that this impulse now becomes a higher low to that area over there. All right. And that's when you start to see more of the bullish momentum. So if I go to a USD JPY, you can see it happening over here. Now you can use any time frame. All right. The only difference between this, that's why I'm not answering your question on the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, because that is still mainstream language. Okay. So you can see this over here has created bullish momentum, because look where that first impulse went. Look where the first impulse went. It landed above this area over there. It landed above. This was a support. What happens to support when it's broken? It becomes resistance. Are we together? So it went through, broke, past the resistance, and became support. Broke through. This is a resistance. Broke through it, becomes support, creates a higher low, extension. So this is a classic example of momentum to the downside, and then it breaks at the bottom here. All right, that's going to be very important. But again, guys, that's just something for you to go and think about. This is not a teaching session, guys. I don't want to go into any teaching right now. All right. The current structure is bullish, but the external is bearish. I don't understand that. I'm referring to USD JPY. The current structure is bullish. All right. The current structure is bullish, but the external, when you say external, I don't understand what you mean by do you mean this over here? You're referring to this. So this you say is bearish, but you're saying that is bullish. Is that what you mean? Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. So I want you to delete that out of your hard drive. Okay. Because in this specific case, we're now dealing with a higher impulse. That's why I'm saying you have to get into the classes. All right, guys. I appreciate the ambition, but there's a time for it. Okay. There's other guys that want to look at some opportunities. So let's try and be fair. All right, you got to get into the classes. I respect the ambition, and I'm sure some of the other guys like it too, but let's have the order there. Do your competency test, get into the Zoom classes, and we'll chat. Not a problem. You're most welcome. All right. All right. So to loop back, oil price, look at that. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Impulse, remember 1 hour? Impulse. Look at that. Impulse. There we go. So which means this is going to go up. Yep. GBP goes up. NZD goes up for now. USD JPY should be coming down then. It's not that much, but it's coming down. CAD JPY a little bit down, but more so the US dollar. All right, so oil price, there we go, guys. This is what we wanted to see. I wanted to see this. Our first low has gone into the 61. Look at that. Now again, this is from the impulse. Which impulse? This one here. So this is the 61 measurement from this impulse right there. So let's see how it fares at the support. Because remember, the JOLTS is coming. It's coming at 4. So this move here is getting a lot of sellers in. There's a lot of sellers coming in now, selling the price, selling the price, selling the price. And guess what? They're putting stop losses right here. Stop losses right here. Are we together? So there's a lot of pendings now. There were sell limits here. There's sell stops that's here, right here. There's sell stops that's coming. Are we together? Sell stops over here. This is being swarmed with orders now. That's going to be key. It had a foot, yeah. It had a foot. So just imagine now the sells. There's buys, there's sells. So sellers come in or they sold here. Here's a lot of stop losses. Right now, sellers sold, stop losses. Imagine price just pushes up like this with the JOLTS. Boom. Takes out all those areas. You see that? Which means the 1 hour, it extends. So this would be a higher low. And that's now the finishing move to finish that area over there. To Liam's point there, which I pointed out just now, look at that. The last low before we pushed up. So price could have halted right here, and it did. Look here. You see there? There was a halting here this morning. Look. There was a halting there. You see? Right at that area, there was a halting right there. But then, boom, we pushed up. So we pushed through the resistance, became support now. So hence I'm saying now there's a lot of panic that's happening here now. All right. It looks to be a higher low. Yes. So Liam's asking there, can we say this is a retracement for a bearish move? A bearish move to what? A bearish move to what? A bearish move to what time frame? To what? Because we are doing intraday trading and scalping, so we're not dealing with this here. We're not dealing with the whole structure. We're dealing with the impulses. All right. So we're not dealing with from there to there. We are just dealing with the impulses right now. That's it. It's intraday. It's minutes to hours. This is a couple of days. This is a swing trade. More than 2 days is a swing trade. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a week of movement. Okay. All right. So that's a higher low to this impulse. A pullback to your retracement. Yes. That looks like a retracement to this impulse here. All right. But I understand what you mean looking from the other side. You're looking at it from the other side, which is fine. I mean, but if you go higher, you can see that price also right here already pushed through that resistance. So this is a higher low that is forming, and we just trading inside of that higher low. All right, we're trading inside of a much bigger structure. That's why it's intraday. All right, but this will be fleshed. I will flesh this out in the Zoom sessions. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll flesh this out. Okay, good. We'll flesh this out. All right. Fantastic. Brilliant. All right. So guys, let's quickly loop back here. Fantastic 12 midday report. Fantastic. We're seeing a bit of dollar weakness coming here now. That does not mean these trades are out. Just means that it is now attracting new liquidity. All right. When I say that, I mean more participation. GBP USD gone back, retest right there. NZD USD up again, bit of a retest there now. Euro JPY still in the same area. UJ same area right there. CAD JPY same. GBP the same. Look at this, the same. Nothing has changed yet. We'll see what it does there. NZD JPY still the same, guys, still bullish right now. Look at that right there. We have the NAS. So with that oil price pushing down, the NAS should have shot up then. All right. S&P 500. All right as well, because when the oil price comes down, the correlation there generally is you're going to find the stock markets are doing better. So this one didn't shoot to the upside. All right. US 30 is the only one. Let me just take this off. US 30 is the only one that shot to the upside. All right. The rest did not. Let me just take this off here. This was for King Liam. All right. All right. Take it all off. So let's see, guys, what happens here. There's a lot of divergence here still. There's a lot of buying that's happening here. Let's see if this is just a new high for movement that comes later on. All right. But again, the US 30 was very volatile last week as well. Let's see how it fares when we get to the 3 o'clock session. I'm actually pretty excited to see how that happens. All right. I'm pretty excited to see how that actually happens. Okay. So 53,203 points. That's going to be the focus point. There's a lot of buyers that have come in now, a lot of stop losses, a lot of pending orders. Let's see what happens at the zone at 3 o'clock. All right. But so far, everything still seems to be intact. All right. I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock. We got the US Open at 15:30 and the JOLTS opening, or the JOLTS report, happening at 4. All right. Have a lekker one. Lekker one. Lekker one. Lekker one. I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao, ciao for now.